Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing great.
Good.
Bruce, what can you offer us that other candidates cannot?
Well, I have a rather unique background. Not only do I have a classical marketing education from a number of Tier 1 consumer packaged goods companies, attaining the level of director at Borden Catelli and Corby, but I also have the sales background, having had my own company for about 10 years, my own entrepreneurial venture, working with a number of different principals and clients. I called on both retail and food service key accounts.
Okay, great. And do you have any additional strengths that you'd like to add to that?
Well, I'm very strong from a strategic, analytical, and from an executional point of view. I have very, very strong leadership qualities from a mentoring, motivational point of view. My communication skills are very strong, both written and verbal. I don't miss deadlines, and I'm a very strong proponent of change.
Okay, those are definitely great strengths. And how successful would you say you've been so far?
Well, I would say I've been pretty successful. In my career, I've had the opportunity to launch a number of very successful brands that have stood the test of time. I launched Classical Pasta Sauce, Healthy Harvest Pasta, Lean Cuisine, and Tenderflight Pie Shells. I had my own company, very successful company for 10 years. As I mentioned, I got the level of director at Corby, Borden Catelli. And I've also had the opportunity to develop and mentor a number of individuals who have gone on to very successful careers.
That definitely sounds like you've been very successful. And what would you say are your limitations or any big mistakes, that is, if you do have any?
Limitations. I would say that I'm not bilingual. I did move down and work in Montreal for a number of years, and I took French for a few years, and actually ended up, prior to moving back to Toronto, doing my sales presentations in French, but coming back, and after 10 or 12 years, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I would say probably as a limitation, that would be one. And second one is I'm not open to too much relocation. I pretty well have to stay in the Toronto area.
Okay, fair enough. And how long would it take for you to make a meaningful contribution to our firm?
Well, because of my experience and my background, I would say I could probably hit the ground running. To give you a kind of a recent example, at Weston Bakeries, when I took over the responsibility for the Country Harvest brand, within 6 months from a standing start, I was able to redo all of the packaging for the bread, the bagels, and the wraps. I completed some research for a downsizing of the bagels. Was able to complete an outdoor advertising campaign along with 3 major consumer promotions. I launched 3 new products for them: Country Harvest Vitality, the new downsized bagels, and the Patak Naan bread. I was able to redo completely their website to take advantage of the new social media opportunities. I completed 2 public relations campaigns for them and achieved 5% sales growth year over year, coming off a decline the previous year. And I completed the 2010 marketing plans. And that was all in 6 months.
Fantastic. And what was the situation in which you worked under pressure or had to meet a deadline?
Well, I guess under deadlines, I go back again to when I took over Country Harvest. The position had been vacant for 6 to 8 months. So literally nothing was done for 2009. So in place were a number of commitments to promotions, to new products, to the sales force. And starting from ground zero, I hit every one of them.
Oh, that's nice.
From a pressure point of view, I guess trying to make your own company successful. Nobody can put pressure on you the way you can yourself. And for the first 2 years, I was in situations a number of times where I was almost ready to give up. But persistence eventually paid off. So I would say trying to get your own company started is a lot of pressure.
Oh, so you're definitely able to deal with the pressure and the deadlines, so that's great.
Not a problem.
And last question, when would you be able to start?
How's tomorrow? No, I would say, obviously there has to be an interview process, but at this point I would say as soon as possible. I'd ideally like to start 1st of January.
Okay, great. Well, Bruce, I want to thank you very much for your time and good luck in your search.
Thank you very much.